Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are good and fantastic. So, my dear friends, you are very welcome in a lecture number 1 of coordinate geometry. I hope you will enjoy this lecture, and this lecture is going to be very amazing because in this lecture we are going to be discuss a lot of figures, angles, shapes. Okay, so I hope you will enjoy this lecture and this chapter. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's start. Yes. So, so today we will discuss introduction of coordinate geometry. Introduction of coordinate geometry. Okay. So now, my dear friends, without starting this, we have to know what is geometry. Okay. So this is a chapter of geometrical part. Okay. So what is geometry? First of all, we have to know what is geometry. Okay. So geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with shapes, angles, dimensions, and sizes of a variety of things we see in everyday life. Okay? Geometry is what? It is a branch of mathematics which deals with the shapes, angles, lines, and circles. Okay? So these type of figures are comes in the geometrical part. Okay? I hope you understand these things. Geometry is derived from ancient Greek word. Geometry is derived from what? From ancient Greek words means like this. Geo. Geo means earth. Okay, and metron means measurement. Okay, so geometry means earth measurement. Okay, I hope you understand this point. So in Euclidean geometry, there are two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes. Okay, in geometry there are two-dimensional shape and three-dimensional shapes. I hope you understand this point. So now what is two-dimensional shape and three-dimensional shape? Let's see that. Okay, so in plane geometry, in plane geometry, 2D shapes such as what? 2D shapes such as triangles, square, rectangles, circles. These shapes are also called flat shapes. And these shapes are also called what? Flat shapes. Okay, such as what? Triangle, rectangle, squares. Okay, and circles. So these shapes are the what? Two-dimensional shapes. These shapes are called two-dimensional shapes or 2D shapes or 2D shapes. Okay, I hope you understand these things. And now in solid geometry, in solid geometry, there are 3D shapes. There are what? 3D shapes means three-dimensional shapes. And what are these shapes? Shapes like cube, such as cube, cuboid, okay, and cone, etc. So these are what? These are two-dimensional shape or solid shape or 2D shapes. So the basic geometry is based on our points line explained in coordinate geometry, which we will discuss in the next topics. next slides. Okay, so these are solid geometry. Solid geometry or 3D shapes. Okay, 3D shapes, or we can say three-dimensional shapes. So I hope you understand these things. So geometry are of two types: 2D shapes and 3D shapes. In 2D shapes, like triangle, rectangle, square, circles are comes under the 2D shapes, and in 3D shapes, like cube, cuboid, cone, cylinder, etc. These types of figure are comes under the 3D shapes, mean three-dimensional shapes. Okay. So I hope you understand these points. So now the basic geometry is based on points, lines, planes, which will be explained in the coordinate geometry. Okay. So I hope you understand these points, what is geometry and types of geometry. Okay. So now my dear friends, so the next topic, which is our main topic of this chapter, what is, yes, definition of coordinate geometry. Definition of coordinate geometry. Now what is coordinate geometry? So my dear friends, coordinate geometry is considered to be one of the most interesting concept of mathematics. So this is very important and very interesting topic in the mathematics. Okay, coordinate geometry is also called as analytic geometry. It is also called as analytic geometry. It is also called as what? Analytic geometry. So my dear friends, coordinate geometry describes the link between geometry and algebra. Geometry and algebra through graphs involving curves and lines. So my dear friends, in coordinate geometry, let's suppose we have a line like this: x plus y is equals to 4. Okay, so now with the help of coordinate geometry we can draw. So with the help of coordinate geometry we can draw its graph. Okay, like this, with the help of coordinate geometry. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if we draw the graph, then we get like this. Okay my dear friends, so this is what? This is the line x plus y is equals to 4. Okay, I hope you get this point. So with the help of coordinate geometry we can easily draw the graph of any of the line, any of the we can draw any of the curve with the help of coordinate geometry. Okay, I hope you get this point. So it provides geometric aspects in algebra and enables to solve geometric problems. Okay, so it is a part of geometry where the position of points on the plane is described using an ordered pair of numbers. Okay, so concept of coordinate geometry, which is also known as again Cartesian geometry. So it is also called as, so another name is what? It is also called as Cartesian geometry. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. Okay, so now my dear friends, so with the help of coordinate geometry it is easy to find the distance between two coordinate points. Okay, and it is easy to divide a line in m ratio n. Okay my dear friends, and it is easy to find the midpoint of the line. Okay, and it is easy to calculate the area of triangle in Cartesian plane. So there are a lot of uses of the coordinate geometry. Okay, so now my dear friends, let's move on. So now we are going to discuss coordinate geometry term sum. Okay, so coordinate geometry or analytic geometry is defined as the study of what? Study of geometry using the coordinate points. Using what? Using the coordinate points. Okay, and using coordinate geometry, it is possible to find the distance between 2 points. Dividing lines in m ratio n, we can easily find. Yes, we can. Let's suppose this is our coordinate geometry, Cartesian plane. Okay, this is a point, and with the help of coordinate geometry we can easily find the distance between one point to the another point. Okay, we can easily find the division of the lines, means in what ratio the line is divided, in m ratio n. Okay, I hope you understand these points, and it is possible to find the midpoint of a line, calculating the area of triangle in Cartesian plane. So there are a lot of applications of the coordinate geometry. Okay, there are certain terms in Cartesian geometry that should be properly understood. Okay, so there are some terms like let's suppose, let take the first term is coordinate. What are coordinates? What are the coordinates? So what are the coordinates? So coordinates are the set of values which helps to show the exact position of a point in the coordinate plane. Like, let's suppose this is Cartesian plane and we have a point 2, 3. So these are the coordinates. These are the what? These are the coordinates. Okay, now coordinate plane. What is coordinate plane? Coordinate plane means a coordinate plane is a 2D plane, which is formed by the intersection of perpendicular lines, intersection of the perpendicular line known as x-axis and y-axis. So this plane, like this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So this plane is called coordinate plane. This plane is called what? Coordinate plane. Understand? So let's move on. Yes. So the next term is distance formula. Okay, so it is used to find the distance between 2 points. Let's suppose this is a coordinate plane or Cartesian plane. Okay, and we have points A and we have point B. So with the help of distance formula we can find the distance between them. Okay, so let's go on. The next term is section formula. We will discuss briefly, we will discuss details in the next lectures. Okay, section formula. So it is used to divide any line into two parts in m ratio n. It is used to divide any line into two parts in m ratio n. Okay, now next is midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem. What is midpoint theorem? So midpoint theorem, this formula is used to find the coordinates at which a line is divided into two equal parts. Let's suppose this is a line and this is divided into two equal parts, means 1:1. Okay, so this formula is used to find the coordinates, of this point. Okay, I hope you understand this point. So now these are the terms of coordinate geometry, of coordinate geometry. So now, yes, let's move on. So what is coordinate and coordinate plane? Okay, so let's discuss about this. So my dear friends, you must be familiar with plotting graphs on a plane from the table of number of both linear and non-linear equation. Okay, you are familiar with the plotting, like let's suppose we have two equation, x plus 2y is equals to 0 and 2x plus 3y which is equals to 0. Now with the help of these equation, okay, we can plot the graph by drawing the plotting table. We already seen in the previous lectures, previous chapters. Okay, yes. Okay, so the number line, which is also known as Cartesian plane, is divided into four quadrants. It is divided into four quadrants like this. So these two perpendicular lines, okay, these two perpendicular lines, this is our x-axis. Okay, this is our what? X-axis, and this is our y-axis, and here is positive direction, positive x-axis, and here is negative x-axis. This is positive y-axis, and this is here is negative y-axis. Okay, so this is a first quadrant, this is second quadrant, and this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. There are four quadrants: first quadrant, second quadrant, and third quadrant. I hope you understand this point. So this is our horizontal line, this is our horizontal line. Okay, and this is our what? This is our vertical line. This is our what? Vertical line. Okay, this is horizontal line, which is also called x-axis. Okay, and this is our perpendicular line, this is our vertical line, which is also called y-axis. Okay, I hope you understand this point. Now, so the four quadrants along with the respective values are, so let's suppose we have a Cartesian plane like this. Like this. This is our what? This is our Cartesian plane. These are x-axis. This is our x-axis. And this is our what? This is our y-axis. And if this is our origin, 0, 0. If we move from this origin towards the right, means we are going to the positive direction, positive x-axis. So this is what? This is positive direction. And if we move from the origin towards the left, means we are going in the negative x-axis. So this is a negative. Okay, understand? Yes. So if we move from the origin towards the upward, means we are going to the positive y-axis. If we move from the origin towards downward, means we are going towards negative y-axis. Okay, understand? So as you know, this is our first quadrant, this is our second quadrant, this is our third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. Understand? Okay, now in first quadrant the coordinates are positive because the x is positive and y is also positive. I hope you understand this point. In first quadrant, both the coordinates, means coordinate of x and coordinate of y, are both the positive. In second quadrant, if you observe, here x is negative and y is what? Y is positive. X is negative and y is positive. You understand? Yes. Now if you talk about the third quadrant, in third quadrant, if you observe, here x is negative and y is also negative, because in the downwards from the origin, the y-axis is of negative y-axis. Okay, now in fourth quadrant, here x is positive and y is negative. I hope you understand. Okay, so in first quadrant we can say x positive, y positive. In second quadrant we can say x is negative, y is positive. And in third quadrant we can say both the coordinates are negative. And in fourth quadrant we can say x is positive, y is negative. So I hope you understand this point. Okay, so what are the values of quadrants, okay, in the respective quadrants. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so now let's understand how to plot a point on Cartesian plane. How to plot a points on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so first of all, a pair of numbers locate points on a plane is called coordinates. Is called what? Coordinates. Let's suppose this point. This is a point B. Yes, this point is B, x comma y. So this point is called what? Is called coordinates. Coordinates. Understand? This point is called what? Coordinates. Okay. So now the distance of a point from the y-axis is known as what? Is known as, okay, so the distance between what? So the distance of a point from what? From y-axis is known as abscissa. Okay, understand? Means x coordinate term. Means let's suppose this is our y-axis. Okay, now the distance from y-axis to the point B, this is this distance. This is our abscissa. This is our what? Yes, abscissa. Okay, and or x coordinate, we can call it as x coordinate. What? Yes, x coordinate. Or we can call it also abscissa. Okay, abscissa. And now the distance of a point from the x-axis means like this. The distance from the point on the x-axis is known as what? Y coordinate, or we can call it as ordinate. We can call it as what? Ordinate. This is y coordinate. Or we can call it as ordinate. Okay, so x coordinate is we can call it as abscissa, and y coordinate we can call it as ordinate. Okay, understand? Yeah, so this is the points on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so now let's do an example. Let's suppose we have to draw 4, 2 on the Cartesian plane. Okay, draw 4, 2 on the Cartesian plane. So 4 is what? Abscissa. 4 is what? Abscissa. And 2 is what? 2 is ordinate. 2 is what? Ordinate means y coordinate, and 4 is x coordinate. Now let's draw the Cartesian plane. This is our Cartesian plane. This is our x-axis. And this is our y-axis. Okay, so this is x and this is x dash, this is y and this is y dash. Okay, and this is our origin 0, 0. Okay, so now we have to plot points 4, 2. Okay, so now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now my dear friends, x point which is 4, so this is here is x, okay, and 2 is here like this. Okay, so now if we plot this, we get like this. So this is our point. This is our point 4, 2. This is what? Yes, 4, 2. So my dear friends, this is the method to plot a point on the graph. I hope my dear friends you understand these things, how to plot a point on the graph. Okay, so this is very easy method my dear friends. So now let's move on. Yes. So now equation of a line in Cartesian plane. Very easy again. So equation of line in Cartesian plane. Okay, in Cartesian plane can be represented in many ways. Okay, and few ways are, first is general form. First is what? General form. So the general form of a line is given as what? Is given as ax plus by plus c which is equals to 0. So this is a general form of a line. Okay, and we can plot it on the graph with the help of x and y points. Okay, how? Let's suppose y is 0, and so we have a value of x, and if we put the x is equals to 0, so now we can get the value of y, and with the help of points x and y, and with the help of these coordinates, we can plot on the line, we can plot on the Cartesian plane. Understand? So now the second is slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. Let x and y be the coordinates of a point, okay, through which a line passes. Through which a line passes. Let's suppose like this. Like this. So this is a point x comma y, and from this point this line has been passed, and m be a slope of a line and c be the intercept. Okay, let's suppose the slope of this line is m and intercept is this is our intercept. C is the intercept of this line. So the equation of this line is y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to mx plus c. Okay, m is our slope of this line. M is slope. Okay, this is slope intercept form. I hope you understand this thing. What is slope intercept form? Let's suppose we have a point, we have a coordinate x comma y of a point through which a line passes, and we have m. M is the slope of a line, and we have c which is a y intercept. Okay, then the equation of a line is what? Y is equals to mx plus c. So now my dear friends, let us understand the geometrical meaning of slope of line means m. So my dear friends, what is m? Let us understand these things. So my dear friends, we know that m is equals to what? M is slope of a line. Okay, slope of a line. Okay, so the slope of a line is defined as the change in y coordinate with respect to the change in x coordinate. Okay, change in y coordinate with respect to the change in x coordinate. So the net change, this is here, this is change in y coordinate, this is the net change in y coordinate, and this is the net change in x coordinate. Okay, so this is delta y, which is the net change in the y coordinates. Okay, and this is delta x, which is the net change in x coordinate. Okay, so change in y coordinate with respect to the change in x coordinate of that line, this is the slope of the line. So what is delta y? We can write it like this: y2 minus y1. This is the change, and this is x2 minus x1. Okay my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So my dear friends, here is coordinate x1 y1 and here is coordinate x2 y2. So with the help of these 2 points, we can find the slope of a line, which is equals to what? M is equals to delta y divided by delta x. Okay, or we can write like this: y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. I hope, my dear friend, you understand these things. M is what? M is the slope of a line. Okay. Now, this is theta and this is 90 degree. So we can write like this. Tan theta is equals to what is delta y upon delta x, because we know that tan theta is what? Perpendicular upon base. Okay, perpendicular we have delta y and base we have delta x. Okay, I hope you get this point. So now, my dear friends, this is also is equals to what? M. So we can say that tan theta is also the slope of a line. Tan theta is also the slope of a line. We also refer this tan theta to be the slope of the line. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now let's move on. Now, intercept form of a line. So consider A and B be a x-intercept and y-intercept respectively, so of a line. Then the equation of a line becomes, okay, so my dear friends, we have A and B, which is the x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, x-intercept and y-intercept respectively means A is the x-intercept and B is y-intercept of a line. So then the equation of a line is x upon A plus y upon P is equals to 1. So this is our intercept form of a line. This is what? This is our intercept form of a line. Okay, so very easy, guys. Yes, slope of a line. Now slope of a line. So let's suppose we have a general equation of line. General equation ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. This is a general form of a line. Okay, so the slope can be found by converting this form to a slope intercept form. So we can find the slope by converting it in a slope intercept form. So how we can convert it? We can convert it as by is equals to minus ax minus c. We can write it as also, and y is equals to minus ax upon b minus c upon b. Okay, this b goes down. Okay, so now it will become minus a upon b x minus c upon b. If we compare with this equation y is equals to mx plus c, if we compare with this equation, now we have m is what? We have we have minus a upon b. M is what? Minus a upon b. And if we compare c is what? C we have minus c upon b. C is what? C we have minus c upon b. Okay, so we can directly find the slope of a line from the general form of equation, and we can directly find the intercept or y-intercept from the general equation of a line. So I hope you understand these things. So slope of a line can be directly found by with the help of what? With the help of general form of a line. Okay, so my dear friends, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture with the amazing topic. So thank you very much, guys, for listening me, and take care and goodbye.